fierce morality. Nightfall, the rain, and the silence leads. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We have come into the night, plunder, rage, and war a night. We'll fight, dark age, sail on. Drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. Drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla. I can feel it in my veins, the warrior inside of me. Drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok, drinker up for Ragnarok. Welcome to Valhalla.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Valhalla Esports. I am Hailstorm, joined by Malco, who luckily is feeling better today. How you doing?
Doing great, doing great. You brought wow, I was caught off guard for a second there. Whoa, he's bringing the real voices here. I gotta kick my energy up now. Whew.
Gotta be ready for it. But tonight we're gonna be doing the final quarterfinals game. We'll have the show, which was Goat Kings against Titans Wrath.
Oh, I'm hyped. That's great. We got the entire quarterfinals casted for this week. That's great, man.
Yep.
I'm hyped. I'm hyped. And then we get to do the Goat Kings, my previous team from the last season against Titans Wrath, who generally I believe are considered a fan favorite team here in the league.
Yeah, definitely known. People enjoy them being around. They had to get a substitute for a Boomy, so they had the Crypt Lord in that top lane, KB Jelly jungling, H2O Kali in the mid, Kitten Bot and Trinity support. On the Goat Kings, they had their full roster with the Salt in the top lane, Deity jungling, Envy the Reaper mid, the Hardway ADC, and Goat King Beard as support.
Already. This is looking like this is going to be a banger of a match. I believe this is the fourth and fifth place teams, respectively, if I remember correctly. So we got the
Yes.
possibly what's considered the closest matchup here in the playoff seedings that you guys have watched over this weekend. With that said, if you're ready to, we can just go ahead and get right into the draft.
Yep, getting it ready, but we'll hop on over to it now, and we'll see what people were picking up.
I like this new animated
Seeing
draft
that
draft pick.
that
Whatever it
first ban
seems.
from the Goat Kings on the blue side, taking out that Akali to take out from H2O Akali, makes sense. Pantheon taken away by Titan's Wrath.
From the
Vladimir
Salt.
banned by the Goat Kings, and Kane banned by Titan's Wrath. Then the Poppy for KB in that jungle, and Lissandra. See what Goat Kings one picked up first. Grabbing
I
that
know
Rakan.
Deity's definitely feeling happy. Was at that point, the Swain not banned for once, but he's not in any position to play it as he is the jungler here.
He's like, it's my time. Quick, let me jungle Swain. Titan's
Can we
Wrath
roll swap
answering
real
with that
quick?
Karma pickup.
I'm honestly not surprised to see. I'm very not surprised to see Beard on the Rakan here, especially considering I pointed out there the Lissandra was banned, and that's been a pretty big staple for him this season. Surprised not to see the Maokai even come out here, but we do see the Ezreal. So it's like Karma Ezreal bot lane I'm seeing here. That's going to be a pretty interesting choice. And the Nyla picked up here from Go Kings, looking very interesting with that comp.
Yeah, really aggressive ADC there for the Goat Kings, letting Hardway do his thing in this game, and the classic set for the Salt. Definitely a champ he likes to pick up. We'll see if Titan Draft elected to pick their top laner here. Grabbing that Skarner, so could be top, could be jungle. Kind of depends where they want to put it.
Skarner is just one of those champions that you don't get to see often, but when you do, it's a hell of a time. And
Right.
they're definitely going to want to start to ban things that can, try to potentially mitigate or get away from that Skarner. And So we do see the Cassidon band from Titan's Wrath, and then Goat Kings decide to respond with a LeBlanc to try to mitigate those mid lane picks. Bel'Veth then banned for the jungle side, with Victor being the final band of round 2, and we see the first pick of round 2 being the Yone.
Yep, got that Yone. Again, one you could toss top or mid, so gotta see what they want to do. Grabbing the Udyr for the Goat Kings, one of the Man Bear Pig on their side.
I really do like what the Goat Kings are going for so far, and I figured they'll finalize their comp with something like a okay. Actually, very interesting to see they decided to go with the control mage route instead of maybe going with like an engaged mid laner like maybe Diana or something, and they round out with the Vigar here. But generally, most of the comp there is going to be a trying to run at your face comp, and Titan's Wrath finishes off their comp with the Fizz. So based upon these two, how you feeling real quick? Maybe we can get a quick. I mean, do you guys? No, that would be intercollusion. We don't have to get a prediction up for
Yeah,
this stuff up.
no predictions for the VODs. Too many people already know what happened. But I like the Fizz pickup. It's a good counter, at least as far as solo queue is concerned. If Goat Kings can protect up Envy on that Vigar in the mid lane, though, definitely has that scaling advantage. I feel like a lot of comfort. I know Beer does a fair amount of Recon. The Salt definitely likes that set. And then, yeah, just have to avoid that poke in the bot lane. But I do like their team comp. They got the good go button with Recon and a fair amount of follow-up CC. For Titan's Wrath, they have kind of a go button in the Yone, and then a Skarner who also wants to run in but pull somebody back to your team. As well as Fizz wanting to dive in, but the bot lane very much wants to poke. So it's like the top half and the bottom half of the map kind of have different ideas of how they do a fight. So we'll have to
It's
see how
weird
they play that out.
Yeah, I want to see as we go into this game here. Like my thing about it is that like both teams have a way of going in, but the way that Goat Kings team looks is that it's not only that they have the ability to go in, but if someone goes in on them, they also have a lot of ability to control disengaging and then even turning around the fights, especially with that Vigar being the control mage as it is, with controlling different choke points with the E cage, and then we have the new map and such things as that. They actually might be trying to use that to their advantage. So I'm very curious to see how Goat Kings does in this game. I purposely don't watch the games or listen to people spoil them so I can go in surprised and cast like, I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this game.
We like it, and we'll hop on into it real quick. And I agree that Vigar cage, very powerful in team fights. Just use the baby cage and help control the map. But we'll see how it plays out as we get into the game.
He's like, I'm putting you in the crib. You guys got to stay there for at least 2.5 seconds. I don't want you guys going anywhere.
At least. You think we're gonna see any kind of invades?
I would imagine Goat Kings would have the possible better like invade team at the very beginning, but even then, this is a playoff game. I wouldn't be surprised if they played it safe, do like a standard type of 5-point that they can do to make everything safe. I feel that all teams right now are still trying to get much used to the new map. I actually played my first couple games today on the new map, and for me, it was actually still relatively confusing, trying to figure out new ward points and things like that. So it definitely wouldn't be, if you're trying to kind of like play it carefully, I don't think it'd be fun to, try to do a crazy cheeky invade on this point, especially if you don't know how the other team is going to play it out. So yeah, and as we can see here, they decided to go with the 5-point there instead. So yeah, standard.
Yeah, for sure. Both teams playing it safe, don't want to give away a free kill early. Envy getting that first Q off, getting a free AP before the game starts. And looks like it was the Skarner jungle, Yone top, so they elected to toss Yone against Set. One Yone can do well in two, but Set's double punches early are very strong, so I think he'll need to be safe early, and if he can scale up, he has the potential to take over the lane. But Salt, I think, will have that early pressure.
And again, it's also Salt being very confident on this set. it's just something that like I've watched him randomly stream in the general chat, or like I've seen him play in in-houses, and it's aside from the Pantheon, which rightfully was banned, this is his other champion that he really likes to try to take charge on. And I think against the Yone, he has a pretty fair matchup. So trading and such is going to be pretty even, I think, in that top side, especially depending on the skill of the two players. But look at that damage. Chunks out immediately.
Starting the Haymaker and making it work. Also Beard calling out his Rakan skin. Everybody look at how shiny it is.
That would be a Rakan thing to do.
But yeah, but both Beard and Hardway calling out how bad the poke was bot, so we'll have to see if it's enough poke to get him killed or if it's just annoying for him. Ooh, the heart almost gets him real low on that Yone.
And this is what I kind of expected from this bot lane. Like, you guys wanted to be very comfortable in this bot lane, which I fully understand. And I do like the Neela pick, trying to help yourself get some type of EXP advantage, which would allow you to be able to engage more upon this poke lane. But as you can see, the poke is coming out a little too much, and it's definitely got you guys not able to engage upon what you want to do.
Alright, so
Yeah, it's
top
unfortunate,
lane,
but
shout out to the name change from Criplord. It is now Negavlad. The replay showed me your old name. That's what I put on the team screen. So my bad for calling out your old name. And looking like Deity looking for a gank down bot.
alrighty, I'm about to see the engage here. The Udyr running in, the E already used. Karma left behind, gonna be stunned up, having a flash away. Nicely done, able to get at least one of the stuns out of there. Hardway in there, roughly ignited. Tick, tick, boom. Karma secures the first kill, and another one as Negavlad is able to take the other one on assault in the top side. Already Titan's Wrath to a good start.
Yeah, huge play. I was going to call out well played by Beard, forcing both the flashes since he's the setup for the gank since Udyr kind of has to run in. But the great turnaround with the Ignite, they get the kill back and cross-mapped KB ganks topside and gets kills on both sides. Well played to Titan's Wrath.
Really good plays to make something happen on both ends, and now it's probably going to be able to propel them just a little bit more forward. Oh, we do have another fight starting right here. Cage not going to be used on the Skarner, but I don't think he has much place to get away. Return kill, Deity taking out KB Jelly.
Yep, doesn't have a flash and used up that ghost on the gank top. Unfortunate, he walked into that bush when there was a bear inside of it and has to pay for it with his life.
And that's something you don't want to just walk into the face of, is just Freddy Fazbear.
I have wife aggro. Wife aggro's OP, Hardway. You gotta watch out for it.
Yeah, just wait till the kids debuff gets in there, right?
Yeah, just I think Hardway has kids. You have kids, right, Hardway? You got those.
Oh, so yeah, there's always every possible distraction.
Yeah,
right
3
then and
kids. Yeah, I knew
Yep.
you had kids. But they're a little older now, right? So you don't have that bad of the debuff.
They
Nice
know when
crash.
they're doing one. Oh yeah, I got the wave right under him, and it's, you know, pushing him away from it is kind of gonna help him out. But at that point, it's the Soul's definitely trying to keep pure control of the top lane. But now they're gonna have to try to fight for some of these void grubs. These are very, very important to try to get. One secured, but the other secured over there by the by Titan's Wrath, as 2 go to them, but 1 goes over to the Goat Kings. That's at least a good advantage. At least you didn't let them get all 3. I've seen what it looks like when all 6 void grubs can be secured in a game, and yeah, especially with like a Yone, a Set, or somebody who can at least start pushing down towers, even an AD who's just autoing.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was a good idea from Titan's Wrath to go for the sneak, but Salt getting that big push in top was able to rotate, and then a good collapse from Goat Kings, picking up those 2 kills. Only down 1 grub now, and got a lot of gold in their pockets. No, I don't want to take your children from you, Hardway. I already got my 2 to deal with.
I'm gonna say I think Goat Kings kind of like their position right now. You know, a couple kills given here and there. It's you know, minor mistakes. As long as the beginning of the game, you know, you kind of figure out and you just kind of smooth out the edges a little bit, you'll be fine. The mid lane is still pretty, you know, still sitting pretty there. you know, with this poke bot lane right now, you're still getting decent engages, able to jump on top. DD here once again, ready to go in onto the Ezreal. This time you're not getting out alive. Focus changes now to Anila the hard way, getting him the hard way and sending him to the gray screen. As we start seeing the Karma having to back up a KB Jelly here to go help the support. They're gonna take one kill, Ghost used, but they're definitely gonna be helpful to get down the ADC.
Yep. Great gank. The Flash is still being down. Beard forcing
Hold
out
on,
the
another
Ezreal.
engage. Beard able to land right on top of the Karma, trying to get the stun down, but it's gonna be stopped by the Fizz ultimate, and Deity going down as KB Jelly's able to get that shutdown. Baby K's dropped, and that's a lot of damage coming out from the Vigor, but the Salt's able to take out Mega Vlad, and the solo up top side is Vigor able to take a kill on the KB Jelly. We have more trying to poke out. They want to try to go ahead and be able to fight out for this Drake, but we're looking like the Goat Kings are gonna back off here. But that was definitely a good fight, and the Goat Kings are starting to ramp up their lead.
Actually, really nice Fizzle to be able to pick up that trade kill onto Udyr. They were in a 4v3 since Kitten had died, didn't get back to the fight until after that little skirmish had happened. But still a 1-for-1, not too bad, and preventing Goat Kings from starting up that dragon early.
Definitely, but it unfortunately ended up leading to Goat Kings being able to overall win the fight, and I think it's a positive for them. Yeah, they didn't get the chance to take the Drake, but at the very least, it was something that they were able to get out of. Shutdown was given over to KB Jelly in that fight from the Udyr, but I think as long as it doesn't go on someone like the Ezreal, or ends up somehow Yone being able to be down there and help fight with that, I think it's still, they're okay with that going to the Skarner.
Yeah, for sure. But still a pretty tight game, only about 700 gold between the two teams, despite the 3-kill difference, mainly from Kitten farming up well on that Ezreal.
I think once we start seeing them, we're probably gonna see this game not really break open until about, I want to say maybe between 15 and 20 minutes, and that's just due to the compositions that we have that we're up against. You have a generally, bot lane is a poke comp versus a more engaged type composition. Unless they're being pushed in, it's really hard to gank this type of comp and to really gain an advantage on it. So I think that they're kind of looking towards like the 15-minute, try to find like a really big objective to fight around. It will probably be the second set of Void Grubs. I wouldn't be surprised if that ends up being.
Speaking of, we see KB setting up as they're spawning right now. Has 2 teammates that are helping them out. DD's on the way, but might be outnumbered. I'll have to see if they want to fight over it or not.
Yep, if not, at least get something in return, as we do see another solo fight going on the top side, but we do see they're fighting for these Void Grubs now. DD's in the middle of them, able to get smite one of them, but he's caught in the middle of them, selected by the Skarner, and he's just barely shielded, but going down. The rest of them secured by Titan's Wrath. The ult being used by the Rakan to get away, as the Vigor is able to drop a bomb and take out the Fizz, and nearly gives the Yone another gray screen as well. But even though they didn't secure all the Void Grubs, they still were able to take out a couple kills at the end of it.
Yeah, working out really well. Assuming this fight ends, it might not.
Oh, it's not. It's looking like a hyper extended fight right now, and Envy unfortunately on the wrong side. But the Salt looking for the kill onto Mega Vlad as he goes down. We unfortunately, Envy actually ends up getting away because the Skarner turns around and the Salt is in the building, trying to get that damage down. Big old shield. Baby K's drop, Karma not able to get away, and it's gonna become another stack. Actually, no, it's the set that ends up getting the kill, and another kill revenge. DD takes out KB Jelly. 11-5. Goat Kings opening it up wide.
Man, that really turned around in an unexpected way to me, where I thought initially it was just gonna be DD stealing one of the grubs but dying, and that was kind of gonna be all the kills that happened, and then just 42 in the grubs. But the extended fight really working out for Goat Kings, as they got a bunch of kills and only lost 2 overall, I think, in that whole fight.
And it was a very extended fight too. I'm actually surprised to see it go that long. And Deity being so brave just to dive in there. He says, you know what? I don't care. I'm going in. I need to make this work. He at least secured something for his team. And now they were able to convert all of that into a Drake. And right now we're in the middle of another fight. Able to use the ultimate to go ahead and charm them all up as Rakan goes in. We're seeing so much damage drop. Rakan, Deity, able to take out H2O Akali. More poke coming out from the Ezreal as they're able to get in the middle of them. Selected by the KB Jelly. Envy the Reaper is able to take them out before any more kills can be secured for the side of Titan's Wrath. They're trying to get more, but the Ezreal ulti is able to take out Goat King Beard ever so barely. Unfortunately, they at least get one out of the fight. Goat Kings is still running this game.
Yeah, they lose one. They're trying really hard to kill Deity, but just spamming the shield and having that HP on the now rushable Leandries for Udyr. Just dumping out damage and staying pretty safe.
I just noticed that that's what the Udyr has right now, and this is absolutely hilarious to watch as he's just ready to run at you full force.
Yeah, definitely taking advantage of that new item, or updated item, I should say.
It was just so funny to see him. He was just literally right around the corner. Once again, he just keeps coming bot lane, and it's all flash, able to get the face breaker into the suplex, and immediately another one rampage for the salt. And just this Udyr, once again, just here over and over and over again. But when you do have the set doing as well as he is in that top side, I don't think you really have to focus as much unless there's an objective that you want to secure. So Udyr in the right places at this moment. This is looking really good for the Goat King. Oh man, immediately engaged right onto him. And that's not going to be enough for you to get away, Skarner. Unfortunately, you're going to keep fighting. And Deity's able to take that killing spree for this Udyr. The Veigar won a little bit in that fight too, trying to at least get the stack on in, maybe the gold. Hey, you were at least there, the rotation. That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what KB was looking for being in that bush. Didn't realize he was on a ward, obviously, but there were like 3 members there, so it's been hard to get a pick if that's what he wanted. Could have just been looking to farm up, trying to scale into the game. But gets picked off. A good pickup by Goat Kings, as now they're pressuring in this bot tower soon.
Yep, and they definitely want to make kind of use of the, even though it's only 2, the 2 Void Grubs they were able to get overall, because that can at least help with pushing down those towers, getting more of those plays, and trying to propel their lead a little bit more forward. Really quickly, Hailstrom, do you mind switching the stream screen for me? I'm still seeing the
yes.
dashboard.
I'm making you do it hard mode. I'm impressed you've been calling it out so well.
I don't even know how I'm doing it.
There you go.
You see, it's a 4K gold lead, but I've seen in the last couple games, like, man, you could be so far ahead, and for some reason, just a really crazy like Baron play or map play now swings games around.
Oh yeah,
so
for
much.
sure.
Wow.
And also the new addition of the Void Grubs just adds so many earlier objectives that now people will fight over. You can end up in those big team fights and one team getting a lead, as Goat Kings were able to do this game. So we'll have to see if Titan's Wrath can slow it down, getting the ult on that Vigo.
Was able to get onto the Veigar, jumping right onto him, flash over the wall, E over, ignite. Not going to be enough to take him down. Wait a second, on the last tick, no!
Oh.
Frozen up by the KB Jelly on the Skarner, but now the Deity is chasing him down on the deer. He's looking like he's ready to open up the gates as he's feeling the trick 2G, but the Skarner's getting away with the blast plant, ever so lucky. But Negablad feeling his inner flank, trying to get behind him. He used the ult, but it's not going to be enough. Not doing enough damage there. Is he going to be able to get away? Yes, he does. But Akali instead is taken down with the punches, and the salt is going unstoppable.
I just want to kill Deity so badly, but now he has Leandris.
Mila immediately ults in on the fight, and Rakan is right behind him, ready to engage. Charms up the Karma, goes in on Trinity, exhausted and down. Beard able to eat up a lot of that damage for the Ezreal. TP coming in. They were ready for this. They're looking for it. Veigar ready to help defend in case the Karma and Ezreal were feeling a little bit more brave. And the Rift Herald that we do see also gets secured by Goat Kings.
Yep, taking the fight win into the Herald. Good tempo play, and then TP from Envy, making the Titan's Wrath bot lane back up, and now they're pushing for the tower.
I like seeing this type of. Oh man,
That
this
bird.
Udyr is just looking so busted right now. He looks so clean. Everybody, honestly, on the side of Go Kings right now, looking very well, playing very well. We do see though this poke lane has been a lot of trouble. Having a flash out of the E cage, KB Jelly here. Might have to end up being the loss of someone's life, but they're gonna try to attempt to fight it out. And be the Reaper able to keep the Skarner off long enough so then Beard doesn't lose his life and nobody has to lose. This is absolutely great, very cleanly done right there for the escape.
Yeah, very good disengage to keep everyone alive, but now catching the Skarner.
Oh, just catching him out, and boom goes the dynamite. Envy the Reaper on the rampage.
Hits him with the gameplay button.
Just decided to press R. That's all he had to do, and boom.
It's a little bit of vision in that bush.
You know, just a little bit.
Now, the bot lane
Sec
starting up the dragon.
I'm actually surprised. This is only the second Drake of the game. As much fighting and just everywhere that they've been all over the map, we're only on the second Drake right now. And the Salt is now starting to roam around the map, so he's starting to use this set elsewhere. This is already starting to look a little bit dreary. Even 17 minutes in is looking a little bit scary for Titan's Wrath right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. Still a little rough. Now the gold lead opened up to like what, 6.5?
About 7.5 actually.
7.5. There you go. But yeah, able to get themselves some good team fight wins around the objectives and have been pushing their lead, collecting up 4 of the towers on the map. Haven't lost any themselves, and just doing a good job keeping their lead and growing it.
I definitely want to attest a lot of this to not only deities of like just macro overall being everywhere on the map, but it also has to do with a lot of hold on. Deity deciding to go right in here. We're praising this play and we're trying to see how much. So I am out of the fight for a quick second. You guys might end up catching on the stream, but we do see that the Gorilla is able to take out Garner, and DD ends up continuing on the rampage as Ezreal goes down and he's chasing down Trinity too. Trinity trying to get away on the Karma, might just be able to do so, but that Cloud map is able to help. The EK barely catches him out, and you're not gonna live. Burn take down Deity, unstoppable.
I haven't seen Go King stream in so long. Yeah, it's been a little bit, but we got him back up.
Duplex face breaker going right in, trying to get the punch. Wow, turned around and predicted. Boom, and he's gone. Salt dominated.
Yeah, just if Salt gets ahead on that set, he's very scary.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought the bigger matchup that I was really expecting to have a lot more was gonna be the mid lane, because I just see how like Fizz usually plays into like any type of immobile mage. Oh man, dude, this is just disrespectful. You just can't just go into a man's jungle like this. Even though Neela gets shut down in the mid lane, a much needed kill going right over to the Ezreal. The Salt is still doing a shit ton down there, and right now going legendary. And another kill going over to the Go Kings as the support now secures his first kill of the game on the enemy support.
Still looking for the Ezreal, trying to back in that Baron pit.
Uh-oh, you might not be able to get away.
The
Baron's just spawning. He's got to run the other way. That's so unfortunate. Deity's just chasing down the Ezreal.
Exhaust trying to get the execute.
Oh, you might just be able to do it. Nope, the hard way might be able to secure that kill. Yep. Hardway takes the kill as you try to run right into the base. You shouldn't have sent him to the gray screen. He was waiting, well, ready and waiting.
And a reminder, the team that wins this series will be up against Titan Gaming Mox in the semifinals.
Oh, man. Oh, wait, are you saying that there's a potential for, would that be a finals rematch from last season?
It would be a finals rematch from last season. We either have the finals rematch or we have the Clash of the Titans once again.
Oh, that would be sick for a semi. Oh wow, that means so no matter what happens here, guys, whoever wins the series, you got a banger of a match as we literally see the keyboard combo get dropped by the Vigar and nearly delete the Karma from the game, basically.
Almost hundreds of zeros there.
The zeros and ones that were coming out, it wasn't just to delete the Karma to the gray screen, it was trying to delete the code from the game.
As they're burning down this Baron, no vision to allow the contest side of Titan's Wrath.
I think
Go
it would
Kings pick it up.
it would still be a very dangerous contest at this point for them to do. I think right now the best thing for Titans Wrath to do is to try to turtle this out and let themselves maybe scale up a little bit more, but I don't know how much more Ezreal and Yone will allow you to open up at this point in the game where the set and Udyr literally they just run down your face and then everyone else just follows suits right after.
Right. Well, they were formatting it since that was counter jungling, and when you're behind, Baron's one of the few places where you have that potential to get the big turnaround. So.
Oh boy.
Could have been an okay spot to try for it, but this time getting the 100-0. And
he was beaten up. This is what happens when you decide to BM right after. Zonya's gonna have to be used. Oh, and it actually ends up helping him get out alive. He might be able to back here. I think he has the Baron enhanced recall too, so he might be able to get away. Oh, Udyr just decides to go speedy McSpeedster. Decides to open up the Speed Force, drags him in. The Salt takes that kill though. Legendary. Suplex to Ezreal immediately into his own inhib. Double kill under the turret. KB Jelly looking next as Neela gets a kill for themselves. And that's the turret going down. That's the inhib going down. And that potentially might even be the game.
Gets the 4-for-0. Yone now spawning and Fizz trying to back to help. But can they hold 2v4?
Now, Vygar is here, so it might even be harder for you. As you get deleted, Vygar takes another kill, and the Reaper going Domination Nation. And that's looking like the Nexus is being taken to its own personal gray screen. And that's going to be the first game given to the Goat Kings in a dominating fashion.
Yep, took control and never gave it up. Very well played them, as we'll go to the score screen. And it's kind of a very good game across the board. Unkillable Demon King for Reaper in the mid lane, despite being against an assassin mid, not dying, so well played. Salt's only dying once, and then 2 for everyone else on the team. But it's really well played. Everyone played around those objectives and did very well in all the team fights.
I think that's something to really point out is that, like, it's on Titan's Wrath side, like, they were still there. Like, it's not like they weren't ever at any of the objective fights, like, they weren't attempting to fight for something or set up vision or anything like that. It's just, unfortunately, they got out by the other team who was trying to do the same exact thing. Like, they both these teams had the same game plan of what they wanted to do on the map, and Deity just did it a little bit differently by being more constantly on that bot lane side, especially since Salt was a lot more sufficient up in the top lane, so there wasn't as much needed help up there, which really allow for KB Jelly to be more proactive on those top lane grubs and things, but it also led to them getting kills on them when they decided to engage on the grubs afterwards. So I'm not sure if it was like they were just kind of of how they wanted to play it. Like, I think the way it was that Titan's Wrath was playing it as, okay, this is our game plan. We know how we want to play like this minute by minute. But I think what the Goat Kings kind of did was we want to play it minute by minute, but we know what we also want in case of the worst case scenario. And like, for example, Void Grubs. All right, if I can't secure any of them, we want to at least try to take some of them out with us in that ending fight if I dive in for my life. And so, like, they were constantly playing to, like, those extra contingency plans, I think. And that's kind of what made the difference in what you could see in how they played the map.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But well played to them. We'll have to see how Titan's Wrath want to switch it up for draft in game number 2 as they're trying to reverse sweep it now to keep themselves alive. And if you're all good, we'll just jump straight on into it.
We can go right on to it.
All right.
I won't be surprised if we see probably an Udyr ban. It's really hard to ban out either. I feel like it's hard to ban out both of these teams. There's so many particular picks that you want to hit on both sides. Like, we already see the Akali, the Pantheon, the Vlad, standard staples to be hit. The Udyr now being hit this time around. We definitely don't want to see that again from the from Deity. I see.
Yeah,
We do see the Poppy ban on KB and the Kayn also banned from Deity as well.
Definitely like the Udyr ban just because it was so strong in that game number 1. And then Could have been another one from game one, but Kane can also be annoying. And getting that Rakan first pick once again for the Goat Kings. Beard liking it, says they'll play it again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And
And
then
this
the
time, Titans
Ari.
Wrath decided, yeah, go for the Ari on this one. I think that's actually a good adjustment from the Fizz. I don't know. I feel like it's a little bit more safer than the Fizz, particularly, even though the Fizz is considerably more annoying. And we do have a really good scaler in the Vayne being picked up, which I think is a good idea to have that kind of late game insurance.
Oh yeah, for sure. But going for that Nyla once again for the Goat Kings. Same bot lane. Say, let's run it back.
Once again, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the Nyla having that same mechanic with the EXP, they're running the same exact
And
picks
the
from
set
before
once
with the
again.
salt. Yes, Sarah getting that set once again. Titans Wrath. I wonder how you're going to respond. We saw that the Yone didn't work into it very well last time, and this time it's looking like a Cassiopeia top.
Yeah, it must be. Now they got those double APs, unless they're wanting to do like a Vayne top or anything.
I'm actually very curious. That is kind of gross. If it is a Vayne top though, the salt. I'm sorry, man. But we do see the picks now being done into round two. Round two, Graves first from Titans Wrath, Lulu second from Goat Kings. Third band gonna be Belvet from Titans Wrath, and the fourth band is looking. I can't tell what that icon is.
Sona.
Sona. Yes, there we go. Oh, I'm actually. Well, I mean, you already seen the Recon pick, so no, we don't see anything like. I don't think that was a necessary ban. Sona, maybe.
Was a ban from the Go Kings. But yeah, the
Oh,
Sona
okay.
picked up for
Whoops.
Titan's Wrath. Go Kings getting that Xin Zhao since the Udyr was banned away, and going back to the Vigar once again, so only changing up that jungle pick from when it was banned away.
And the Salt Seeing Cass is worse. Oh
And the
boy.
Rammus for Titan's Wrath.
I like this change up in their composition this time around. It seems a little bit more rounded, and it just has the ability to also like keep their damage more ramped up. Because like you can get a decent amount of damage from a poke Ezreal, but I feel like the Vayne just dishes out a little bit more consistent damage, especially from the autos and having the ability to help with the tank shred. So they do have a little bit more of that damage output they might have been missing from the previous game to help themselves out.
Right.
I definitely like how Titans Wrath decided to make these adjustments. I feel like this is going to be a much closer game this time around.
Yeah, for sure. The only issue I see right now with Titan's Wrath is they have kind of a solo frontliner in the Rammus, so he'll need to be kind of big to be able to fulfill that role. They went with non-standard top pick, but Salt calling out how annoying Cass is for set, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then they're gonna want that Vayne and basically they're gonna either need a lot of damage from their 4 carries or a big Rammus to be able to frontline long enough. Especially with the Xin Zhao ult, since everyone else is ranged. If he can fight in the front line but negate all that damage that would go onto him, might be an issue as we get into team fights, but we will have to see. I'll get this game 2 loaded up and we can get on into it.
Yes, sir. I'm pretty confident that again, I think it's going to be a much closer game in comparison to the previous ones that we've seen. But I definitely want to because I definitely want to still give respect to Titans Wrath. Like it's like this is personally like this comp a little bit better than the previous. And again, as you said, the Salt pointed out the fact that it's going to be a little bit harder for him in that top side. So we're not going to see the set do the same things as we did before.
Yeah,
So
we'll have to see how much Salt's just complaining to complain, or see if he actually gets to get punished.
I know, I'm waiting to see here. Looks like.
Wow, called out. Called out.
Hey, Hailstorm is saying stream pause the mine. Are you still in the league client or?
Yeah, a minute. Let me stop it and start it for you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like I'm looking back and forth between the stream. There we go. All right.
There you go.
All right, guys. So I will try to give you guys the same. I'll actually be able to give you guys the same type of energy this time around. I'm feeling really good.
The
Two Red Bull.
energy.
feel that energy. All right, so we have a standard 5 point. Once again, both teams not looking to
Minions
try
have
some
spawned.
shenanigans. The shenanigans are fun, so I'm kind of sad that we're going to get any crazy 5v5 in the very beginning, even though I feel like the Goat Kings has a very decent early comp for that. And even then, same with Titan's Wrath. They have the ability to kind of 5v5 in the very beginning of the game, and have some decent sustainability with the Senna in the early game. So I think that would be have that.
Right.
All right.
Cass actually starting that tier for lane. Will have a little bit less AP, but has the range advantage, so should be pretty safe. And just starting that early scaling.
I'm excited for this. I'm definitely really excited to maybe see that we're gonna see a little bit more from this mid lane potentially. Before the game, not necessarily saying that the game was boring, but there wasn't as much facilitation in the mid lane. I feel in that last game, it was mostly a lot of Reaper actually being like the type of player that he is and trying to roam on different timers and get as much done on the map for his lanes when he's already felt like he's done enough for himself. So I think we're gonna see maybe a little bit more from this mid lane, especially considering that there's an Ahri. Ahri's gonna be looking to want to roam either top or bot side, and so the Goat Kings are definitely gonna want to try to match those when possible.
What up, Wizard Circle?
What's up? What's up?
Ooh, third
Real
shot.
quick, first blood. I was actually surprised. I didn't expect that to kill so quickly.
Yeah,
And
nice
unfortunately, the
double
Hardway gonna have to lose his life there. But ooh, we're already seeing a little bit of a trade up on the top side. The Salt looking pretty fine right there.
Yep, getting that haymaker once again, just getting that sweet spot and still dealing out that damage despite the range discrepancy.
Not too much of a discrepancy for him. He's feeling just fine.
Yeah, as long as he
Ooh, hold
still
on.
gets a chance
Slow
to get
dash
the
right
stuns.
onto the Aubrey, getting the damage with the charm landed. Gonna be able to walk right to under his turret for free. Dash in, be able to land the W right onto Trinity. Gonna get the snare onto them, and Neela goes back under the turret, so safe for now. Ooh, a lot of damage on the deity. Flash in, able to land the Q, but not gonna be enough damage. The Ahri able to get away. So many sums blown in that. We see a whole lot of flashes down on the screen right now.
Yeah, actually a really good trade for the Ahri, getting 1 for 2 flashes and not dying. So as long as there's no overstay, which may be happening.
Potentially, yup, and this
there we
is
go.
the end of Nekavlad as he loses his life to Envy the Reaper in that mid lane. Yes, you did point out that was an
The
overstay.
legendary little wizard.
And hold on, here we go. Deity once again in this bot lane. Trinity now exhausted. Gonna be able to barely get away. Not landing the Q, but dashing onto the Vayne instead. Kitten now stunned up and knocked up. Not gonna be enough. They're not gonna be able to get away, but now they're trying to turn onto the Hardway as he's extremely low. Just a few autos would have been enough for that Vayne to be able to take that kill, but not sure if they would have been able to return kill either. So both teams backing off in that bot lane.
Yeah, I think if Deity had hit that E on Trinity, would have been a kill, but does force out both the enemy bot lane flashes. And now, smites away.
Oh wow, able to jump on top of them, but not gonna be able to get to it. And Deity losing his life to KB Jelly there as he gets locked up trying to jump onto the Vayne.
Deity to get the smite away the scuttle, so that was at least nice for him, but then not quite getting the kill.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that happens, but you know, again, the game has to start off a little bit shaky. Again, I suspected that this might happen. The change in the composition was definitely going to lead to some changes in how not only the way Goat Kings are going to need to play, but the way Titan's Wrath are going to approach it, and it's already starting to show as early on, 5 minutes in, they're already at a 1.3 gold lead.
Oh yeah, for sure. Farming well in lane, doing what they need to do. It looked like Ari's trying to get this plate mid, but not quite getting it yet. None of the void bugs getting taken yet.
I'm actually surprised that they're not trying to push for those void grubs, but it's looking like the Salt. Oh no! Ends up getting slain there as Akali's able to take that kill.
Tries to walk up a little too quick and dies before Deity was there to assist him.
Yep.
Casio Gaming, gotta love it. Well, I mean, if you walked at a ranged character, they're gonna hit you.
Right, and it's for sure gonna hurt. We do see that the Rammus has officially started going onto the Void Grubs. Cage dropped onto Mega Vlad, not gonna be able to land anything onto him, so additional damage can be done. But these Void Grubs are now being secured by the Rammus, and instead of going for the Void Grubs, it's looking like Deity instead wants to go straight for the Casio. The Casio, having vision there, saw Deity, and instead is now allowing the Rammus to take more of those Void Grubs. And all of them are secured. Deity and then decide to fight there instead. Not feeling like he could. But we do have a double knock up here by the Rakan. The hard way, able to get another weapon to Senna.
Yeah, I'm surprised Deity didn't notice Rammus is doing it. I'm not sure if he just wanted the gank more or just didn't notice KB on the grubs, so he actually got all three while he was in the area.
I mean, that's really good secure right there, because that's going to allow them to get a lot of turrets down. Deity going in, charm landed, taunt, and all of that is just going to lock Deity up. Ult being used by the Ahri, and it's going to secure the kill. Mega Vlad able to take down Deity there, and now this is looking like Titan's Wrath's game.
Yeah, also only just now I'm realizing H2O Kali and Mega Vlad had swapped, so right now it's working out for him, kind of letting that new AP carry be annoying for Salt in the top lane.
And I think it's looking like it's starting to work out. And he's saying it in the chat here, and now we're actually witnessing it. It's looking like it's definitely causing some trouble there, as we don't see as much of a farm discrepancy in that top lane. We see definitely it's just a lot more even, and that's what was expected from the second game, and now it's starting to show. Exhaust onto the Vayne. Deity jumps on top of him. Cleanse now used by the Vayne, but doesn't back up the right person. Instead, the Xin Zhao's able to stay right on top of you. Deity able to take out Kittens, and now they're trying to turn this around as they're able to take that kill, and this is looking like it's translating right to a Drake.
Yep, a good kill there. Unfortunate the knockback landed on the wrong person. We're doing well. How are you doing tonight?
Very well. Very high games, honestly.
Alright, Rammus trying to come look at the dragon.
Charm lands onto the Vygar. A lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough to try to get them to stay away, as the Rakan takes the dragon, and that's the first Drake secured, a Mountain Drake for the Goat Kings.
Rakan, just the best dragon taker. As we all know.
It's always the supports that take that, you know, they're the best ones that take the objective.
You know, despite being down a kill and being pressured a lot from the bad matchup, Salt doing a very good job with his farm, staying even and even slightly ahead of the Casio in the CS.
Yep, and like again, I'm really happy with these adjustments that were made by Titan's Wrath. Personally, it just makes it for a much more even game. And I like that. Make them fight for it. Make the Goat Kings fight for it. If they want to try to end the series here, they need, like, you got to make them fight. And right now, being this 2k gold up with literally not really any towers taken, you know, a couple plates taken, 2 plates taken in the bot side, 1 each on the mid and top lane. They're utilizing the way that they're playing to what they wanted to do in game 1. They're now doing it in a much better fashion here in game 2, and I think it's looking like it's going to be potentially a much better game for them. And if it does end up being a Goat King victory, it's going to be a hard fought one, at least from 5 feet under.
Beard calling out that he had the Dragon Mancer skin on, so that's why he got the secure. I like it. Congrats on the new kid coming. I hope everything is good with that, and congrats on the new job.
That's awesome. That's things that you always want to celebrate for everybody, you know?
Yep.
And what a way to celebrate, as we see Envy's able to get the stun onto him, but the forces the flash out of Mega Vlad. So at least now you know for a fact that you're going to be able to get that. That doesn't land. Oh, man. But you know now, if he decides to go in a little too close, you might be able to secure it with just a literal, well, now you know you have a little bit of an easier time. I don't know if Xin Zhao wants to really fight a Rammus on his own. But wait a second, he's not on his own. He knew who was there. As the Salt comes to the rescue, the Rammus now in a 2v1 trying to roll away, suplexes, but tries to dive himself away. The stun lands onto the Deity as he gets slain by the Casio, but now the life of Akali is taken by the Reaper, and these Void Grubs now looking good and tasty from the Goat Kings.
Yep, looking to secure the second 3 to even up the grub numbers. Really nice ultimate before Didi fell. Actually knocked the Casio into the Vigar baby cage. So set Envy up for that second kill.
That was a very interesting turn there. Now, I want to see them, now that they're actually securing these, and I mean, Ramus is going pretty fast. He might be able to actually get there after this TP. Oh, Neela ult jumped right into the middle, exhausted right now. You don't have anyone with you there, Neela. You got to hope that lands. Not going to be able to land onto him now. He's caught in the 2v1. Didi going to go onto the Vayne. The Vayne going to try to get away, still with the ult, trying to tumble. Has the autos, but not going to be enough as he's able to take him out. Zinzao trying to survive as the double kill goes over to the center.
Unfortunate there, Hardway just going in a little too early. Could have been a good 2v2, but ends up as a 2-for-1 with Vayne and Senna picking up a kill each.
It needed to be like, no joke, like 2 frames, just 2 frames beforehand. Like if he waited like the extra like 2 walking animations for Xin Zhao, that could have been like the auto attacker 2 difference from that being a literal 2 for 0 for Goat Kings. But just that little.
Alright.
Gotcha. Yeah, Senna ended up getting both. So it's just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's what it's like. It could have been completely a different viewpoint if they were able to get that in there, because like they had all their focus on Neela, which I understand Hardway going in a little bit early really does it works out kind of, but even though it exhausts a lot of those resources, it still ended up being a double kill going to a Senna, which honestly after a while a Senna could start to hurt.
Oh yeah, for sure. When you have Senna support, doesn't matter if the support takes the kill all that much. Hardway again looking aggressive, this time has Beard with him. Also, quick shout out anyone out there, if you have your primes available and you want to avoid any pesky ads, feel free to toss them our way and receive your 30 days of love.
Guaranteed, and if you gift it, you're given 60 days of love, 30 days from the sub, but we'll tack on the extras, just the extra 30, just for that extra gift, because I know everyone's a little bit, you know, on the other end right now, but gifting a sub always helps us out, so you got to get that 60 days. It's a little extra special, and here comes something a little extra special as the Ramus goes in, but the baby cage drops on it. The Neela ult brings them all in the shutdown. Going over to the Vigar, the Neela goes in, is able to take out the Vayne, trying to get away. Ramus is running, but it gets stopped by the Rakan ever so barely, but he still gets away. 2-for-0 going over to the Goat Kings, and now this game is starting to equalize just ever so slightly more.
Yeah, really unfortunate for them. They thought they had to catch out with the Ramus engage, but Envy sit in the bush as the Vigar was there to turn it around for him. Aggressive.
I love it when surprises like that happen, man. I love it. It's like, it's like, oh, like this. Charm caught in the middle of the turret. Gonna definitely take some turret damage. I'm surprised seeing the Neela survive this long.
Who wins the fight?
Ooh, this is a fight here. Trying to stall it out a little bit longer. The Senna gets it with a snipe. Oh man, this is a moment we were hoping that I was hoping he would survive a little bit longer to stay distracted and get Deity to be able to at least kill the Ramus right after. But oh man, that's unfortunate. You were so close. He's waiting and waiting now. They want the revenge. Kittens caught up, knocked up, and in the middle of all of them tumble away, knocked up by the Xin Zhao, having to cleanse, use the ultimate, but might not be enough as they're gonna chase you down. Senna trying to save their carry, gonna be able to land that on the Goat King Beard now with the Ramus coming in, gonna toss him up. KB Jelly taking that kill as he's able to take out Goat King Beard. Deity now going to have to walk away, able to land his mark onto him. Neela coming in from behind, but KB Jelly deciding to disengage. They take the kill and they walk away.
A nice power ball to come in and secure the kill.
Oh, dang, if only that landed there. Decides to go in on the Senna instead. Does have his teammates, and now they're looking in to go for more. Trinity wanting to do more. Half-held balls in, but the cage, he was ready and waiting, and they're trying to take more damage down. KB Jelly ever so low. The ult not able to be used by the Vigar would have possibly been enough to take out KB Jelly, but they were able to get them to disengage, so they might be able to get a little bit more onto this turret now. Finally make use of these Void Grubs.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
We do see the first turret though go down in mid.
A lot of nice cages here, despite the big engage from KV with the double knockup. Couldn't get that follow-up from the 2 bot laners for Titan's Wrath.
The Soul, I want to call it out. He says, if anyone's wondering, I'm still farming under the turret, and that's the only reason why direct to camera has not panned up to you for quite some time. It did it for a split second.
Yeah,
It listened to me.
He's gonna get a minion.
It was like, hold on, we gotta show the set for a quick moment. We gotta prove him wrong.
Kill
The
another
TP
melee
coming
minion.
in. I really love this. I love how Reaper is playing this. He's always ready in like, oh, that might be the center gone. Oh, I thought he barely got away. But that was a full combo and gone. And Deity now on the prowl as he gets knocked back by the Vayne, but it ends up sending them packing back to their own base. They thought they can do more, but unfortunately, it's still the Senna getting taken out.
Deity actually rushed the Titanic for the Xin Zhao, using that
Oh,
auto attack
Ari having to
reset
flash
for the
over,
knockup.
jumping in. That might be her death. And can he get her just one more auto needed? Able to get it with the skill shot instead. And more impressive as the Hardway is able to jump in and is able to get that kill on the Kittens.
Yeah, well played to them. A smart purchase for Deity, making that knockup happen a little quicker.
Honestly, if just one sidestep, I was waiting to see if it would happen with the Ari, just to sidestep the skill shot. But in those moments, sometimes you just forget because you're just so focused on everything else that is going on. I just want to point out right now, we do have another perfect game at the current moment from the Vigar, 4-0-3 right now, as they are definitely showing some fight. But this game is, again, much closer than the first one at this current moment. Before, we were about 5k gold in, but we do see the engage from Deity because he does have his top laner coming down, suplex straight in. Usually it's the Rammus going in, but this time it's the Salt. Red team secures the Rift Herald, but at what cost? As your life is taken, and Envy the Reaper slays it like the Grim.
KB picking up the Rift despite being 1v3 and picking up the Eye. Did really what he could.
You know, you guys had to take a kill somewhere. At least it's not a substantial gold lead anymore. Before, there was at a point where it was about a little over 2k up, and now they've managed to get it to just under 1,000. So, oh, wait a second. Akali doesn't know what's going on here. Maybe he does. Oh, did they reveal themselves? They might have. It's so much easier. Oh, the Hardway's here too. They knock up, go in, 4 caught in the turret. A lot being done. The extra damage mitigation from the Senna ultimate able to help, but Go King Beard loses his life to Trinity in that fight, but it at least ends up meaning the turret goes down, and now Ari might be going down too. They don't end up landing that with 2 more charges of the ultimate from the Ari, maybe able to make more happen as Deity is ready and waiting. The Q misses, uses the last charge of the ult to back away instead of trying to re-engage onto the fight. We see the blue turret now traded for the top side, and this game is still within 1,000.
Yeah, Salt really complaining a lot about this matchup when he's basically even in CS and has a better KDA right now. I don't know what the problem is, my friend.
he just doesn't like it. Oh man, I know. Oh, he doesn't have flash. I probably would have flash ulted right there if I was Envy. Like, I would have just seen it. It would have been. Oh, you can't get away now.
Manifested a flash to go in on him.
If only he could have, right? It would have been nice. Just boop. Oh.
But now
Well,
Dragon is up, so we'll see if there's any kind of a fight around that.
I'm expecting it. The next objective that's coming up in 45 seconds would be the Baron, and we don't want to see. They don't want to try to advance them to soul point at 20 minutes for the Goat Kings, but the Goat Kings are already pushing them out. Face Breaker pulls in the Rammus. The Rammus is not going to have anywhere to get away. The suplex able to land as the Rammus uses the ultimate and the flash to go ahead and get away. The charm lands and is able to keep him in, but not able to get the baby cage onto him as the blue team destroyed, but without the Ari there, we see the Cassio go down in the double kill to the Vigar as he's taking more lives, trying to chase down the Vayne, wanting to make it a triple, trying to get that speed buff. Mila chasing down, able to get it as the Hardway takes the kill at the end. That's 3 for 0 for the enemy, for Goat Kings, as they take down more of Titan's Wrath and are now advancing themselves to soul point.
What's wild to me right now is Go Kings during that fight just evened up the gold, so they were behind gold-wise, but you couldn't tell from how the fight went.
And that's the very interesting thing about this game, and that's why, like, if you're like watching it from the gold lead and you look at like the Hardway going in multiple times the way he did, you're like, oh, he shouldn't do it. They're behind in gold. You know, the Salt being pushed under tower most of the game. Like, oh man, like they can't really engage on these objectives. They're behind in the map. They don't have any prio. But then you look at it and they start getting into these fights. They start, even though they're showing up afterwards, they're still coming out even or net positives, and now they're at a 300 gold lead ever so slightly at the end of that Drake. So they're playing it very interestingly, even though right now Titan's Wrath is still have a bit of kick to them. They're not out of this game just yet.
Yeah, it's been helping up. Go Kings have been grouping way better, so they've had numbers at basically every fight. And DD calling out top lane right now is the Season 2 H2O Captains rematch between Akali and the Salt.
Oh, so we gotta get the Michael Jordan meme. I took it personally. That's what's going on up in the top side, and we got a nice fight. Oh man, that almost was a 4-man ultimate from the Casio right there. That would have been absolutely insane for an engage for the rest of the team from Titan's Wrath to be able to get into. But since it missed, it only got the slow and damage, so they were able to disengage and Go Kings walk away.
Yep, good idea there, looking for the pick, but good disengage. Reaper maintaining his deathless streak so far.
I took the Casio pick personally. Alright.
You're taking everything personally right now.
I won't lie though, Cassio's one of those fun champions. Let me just say this, just to put a little bit of humor into this. I feel that any champion that does not have feet should not be able to build boots, and movement speed should just be built into as like a mechanic into them. Like this, I feel like building boots on like Nami, building boots on Cassio, all those champions is ridiculous. Oh no!
Almost
nearly
exploded.
obliterated. If Beard was able to just get that on the split second earlier, that would have been the end of Negavlad right there. But that's okay. That was able to push the Ahri away. That's all they needed.
Sometimes that's all the disengage you need.
Disengage equals leisurely walked away.
But yeah, you see the power of the Vigar right now, finishing that death cap, almost one-shotting the enemy without even using the gameplay button.
The literal reason why everyone rushes 6, like this is what they need. Oh man, Ram is caught in the middle of 3 right there, using the ultimate to be able to try to get yourself away. KB trying to walk the Senna, giving you just a little bit of extra life, but Deity gonna be taking that life away. Gil King Beard over the wall, right on the kittens, caught in the baby cage. Enemy the Reaper going legendary, landing the stun onto 1. The ult being able to land from the Cassio, shutting down as Trinity takes another kill, and that's H2O Akali taking out the enemy support. This team is turning it around as we do see this fight going and starting to turn around for the side of Titan's Wrath. Man, they were able to take some people out there. Great ultimate from H2O Akali there, able to turn it around, and they were able to get a couple more kills. I hate to say it, even though it is a Senna, it's still unfortunate to see a lot of these kills going to the Senna instead of the Vayne, but they gotta get them to go somewhere.
As long as someone's getting the kills. Really unlucky there for KB. Actually, the Senna ultimate went off right after he got behind the Senna, so he didn't get that shield. And that
I thought I saw the shield there on him.
That final auto from Deity picking him up.
That's unfortunate. I'm sorry I wrong called on you, man.
A pretty good turnaround, honestly, because I know it was a 4v5, and they went 1 for 2 after KB had died.
Oh, Deity and Rammus are meeting up. KB and Deity.
Alright. Just saying hi.
He's like, hey Deity. I see you there. I know you're at your buff there. I'm just gonna let you not bother you. Now I am. So now now my team's bothering you. So I gotta bother you. And I got caught in the middle of the baby cage. DD on top of him. Maybe the Reaper able to take out the Ram as he goes legendary. Neela trying to get the ultimate to wrap more people in. Not gonna land onto anybody, but gonna try to go in more the hard way. Is chasing down and able to take out Kitten. Is now looking for the Ahri too. Gonna whip them away and is starting to walk back. And this now is the Baron being started.
There we saw kind of the issue I brought up where the Xin Zhao ulted and everyone was trying to kill him since it was Deity and KB fighting, but all of the ranged carries on the side of Titan's Wrath were doing 0 damage because they were outside the Xin Zhao ult.
So now it was just, they couldn't literally do anything to him. Ahri trying to at least help try to maybe be able to secure this Baron. But the Vigar, with how much damage he does, just keeping you away. And it's crazy to see, it's Rod of Ages Vigar. This isn't Luden's Vigar, so it's not like absolute pure damage. You're seeing like Rod of Ages, so he's at least decently tanky, and then he has the Rabadons, and it hurts. This was definitely not looking like a fun game. And I think for the Baron, it was definitely worth it. They might end up trading here, but they actually, the Salt was able to get them to step away from the Drake for a quick moment. I think Deity might not, no, he's not gonna go in and risk his life, but the Salt was looking to try to take Kittens out there, and Rammus is chasing him down. KB Jelly able to get him, but the suplex being landed, and the W not gonna be able to land on anybody, but it at least split them all up, and the fight's coming in as they go right into the middle. Center ult fuse, but not gonna be enough as Evan the Reaper goes legendary and is able to take out the Cassiopeia, but the shutdown on the hard way from the Ari from the mid lane. Nega Vlad trying to get more down, trying to find more with the ult as he has the 2 last charges. Rammus having to roll away, not gonna be able to get more, rolling out, and that's what they're gonna disengage with. And that was an overall team fight. I'm gonna win, I want to say, for the Goat Kings, as they end up only losing the hard way, but they still have the Baron buff, and now they're barreling down these towers.
Oh yeah, for sure. Getting the pressure, getting these towers, just now have that gold lead, even though it's felt like they've had it for longer.
Oh no, immediately jumps right onto Nega Vlad, and now the Vygar 11-0-5, legendary. Pop goes the Vayne, and so does the Senna, but Deity taking that kill this time. The Goat Kings now looking to try to end this game as 3 members are down on the Titans Wrath side, and they got 2 cannon minions with a Baron buff on it.
Vygar WQs to kill 1 person, then just presses R in the ADC.
Oh, here it is. Cage dropped, going to drop any more. Set takes that kill on the Cassio. He took that personally and wanted to take down the old captain of his old team. And that's the ace, and that's looking like that might be also the game.
Yep, very well played by them.
Are you going to be able to make a hero play here? No, the cage stops you right in your tracks, and that's the 2 games to none. We see the Goat Kings now take that victory in game 2.
For sure, well played to the Goat Kings. Had a little bit of a rough start, but were able to bring it back and have an effective closeout on the game.
That was actually insane to watch, and I knew it. This game was going to be much closer in the sense of how it was going to be played, and like I felt like based on the play, the comp change, Titans Wrath was gonna make them fight a little bit harder, and it seemed like in the first, I want to say maybe 15 minutes of the game, it seemed like Titans Wrath was really in tight control of what was going on in that early game, and even though. But it just seems like they just kind of left some people to their devices. The Salt, even though he was pushing the turret, was still able to do the things he needed to do. There was just quite a few things that just got done by the Goat King side. They did very well. But I got to give the Titans Wrath, though. That second game, they made them fight for it. Like, there was times where they were clearly in the lead, and we saw that the Rammus was definitely... I want to definitely give it to KB, because that Rammus was definitely making some differences up there, and Akali being able to at least stifle the Salt a little bit in that top lane made a big difference for you guys. So I want to definitely give some props up to you guys. But well played by everybody, as it was a hard fight game, but now we see the Goat Kings advancing on.
Yes, very well played to them. Salt definitely had to deal with an annoying lane, but understood if he sat back and farmed under tower, he wouldn't die and would still be relevant and really more effective in the team fight, since the Cassio wouldn't be fed and wouldn't be melting everyone. So, did his job. I know it was annoying, but well played. Also, shout out to Envy the Reaper going unkillable in both games of that series in the 2-0. Just got to play Vygar twice and showing why it's a champion he likes to pull out.
I won't be surprised if in their quarter or their semifinal games it ends up getting banned, as we're going to see next week is looking like a finals rematch for these finals from last season of Titan Gaming Monks versus Goat Kings in this next round.
Also, just put up the MVP vote. Toss it out to who you think is the MVP of the series for the Goat Kings. If they're around, potentially we could do a quick interview. And if not, then, you know, it was a good stream. Not too long, two action-packed games, but ones that Goat Kings were able to close out quickly. So they were just being very cognizant of our time needs tonight.
They were like, oh yeah, there's 3 games this week. They got a lot going on. Let's get these ones done with quick. But
all of us
it's
are here
not to
except
say
the MVP. Oh, the classic then. I'll vote for Salt so he can be number 2 and he can complain about the Casio.
Unlucky. Come on, guys. We got a couple more people in the chat. We got 5 votes up there.
Salt and
Salt and
DD
DD
are
Alvana
around and
would
would love to
love
join
to
you.
join you.
Yeah, if you guys want to jump up, it's all good. You guys can just jump in.
Yeah.
I ate my
He's in the
Wheaties last
chat,
night.
though.
Yeah, he's right here. He's right here. What are you doing? Although now it is tied up between Salt and Envy the Reaper.
Nah, I'm washed. No votes. Dang, you guys not feeling the love for
Honestly,
others over
your
here?
your game 1 was pretty dominating, and game 2
That
you
Udyr
were
was
you were
hilarious.
where you
Yeah.
needed to be, and you drew a lot of attention as we saw, and used your ultimate highly effectively on that Zinzao. Said, if all your damage is ranged, then I'll just make it so ranged people can't hurt me.
Just had to counter it somehow. It was a little rough in the beginning, but then level 6 happened and you guys just kept rolling and rolling. So
Just keep rolling. What? But yeah, if Envy's not around, if you want to jump up, Salt, we can do it real quick with you and close it out. Wait, Envy's right there.
Good to hear.
Envy, you can jump up. Get up here.
Oh, what?
Mr. Unkillable Demon King, I'm gonna drag you up. We're in casting right now, right? Sure. Hello.
Is the unkillable Demon King here?
Mr. Unkillable Demon King. Envy the
Yeah.
Reaper. Hello. Congratulations on the victory.
Thank you. Thank you.
How were the games? Obviously you didn't die, so I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I mean, got to play my favorite champ, so that's always nice.
Oh yeah,
And
for sure.
a little surprised they didn't ban it game 2, so I had to whip it out
Honestly,
game
me
2.
too. I was just like, basically they banned the jungle you picked in game 1, and that was the only thing you changed.
Baby Cage is just so huge, and then just having the delete button for whoever gets fed. If
Oh yeah,
Someone in the chat saying maybe play a champion that requires any type of skill. Oof.
Bulgaria. Of course, it would be
oof,
Bulgaria.
You play a
You play
moon.
oof, Patty just jealous.
Got him.
See me in the mid lane, Patty.
Catch me outside. I saw you guys got to get a little bit of practice in. Did you guys have any plans on the drafts for tonight, or was it just trying to get that synergy down and learn the new meta from the new season?
Yeah, we've been playing a bunch, just trying to get used to like when to prioritize stuff and how to rotate. And I mean, typically with me with mid, I just kind of try to push in the waves and rotate and just tag team with Deity and just try to get everybody else going because Vigar scales especially. So
Oh
kind of
yeah,
doesn't
for sure.
matter what's going on with me as long as everybody else has got their stuff going on and I can help where I can.
Yes, sir. And then looking forward to this coming week, you guys are up against Titan Gaming Box, and you get your rematch from last season's finals in the mid lane, you against Bentage. You looking forward to that matchup?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. He made it tough last time with the Zerath picks and couldn't get much on him. So I'm hyped to get the rematch and hopefully we'll pull it out this time.
There you go. That's what we like to hear. Got any other questions, Malco? Or we all good?
I think we're all good. Congratulations to you guys on this win, and definitely best of luck to you guys in that finals rematch.
Well, we'll give him a good fight.
There
Yeah,
you go.
just I'll be cheering from the sidelines. I'm gonna be a little bit. I'm gonna admit my bias right then and there. I'm gonna admit my bias. I think it's okay though.
You're like my old team. I gotta watch him fly. Yeah, man.
It'll be fun
Thank
to
you
watch
for
you
doing
guys.
the interview, and we'll catch you later.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Well, thank you everyone for watching the stream. We appreciate you all being here. I hope everyone had a good night, and we'll catch you next week where we're gonna try and catch both the semifinals games. The game between Los Cinematas and Bomba Bros is gonna have to be a VOD because they already played it. But maybe we'll try to do that on Friday or Saturday, and then catch the semifinals between Titan Gaming Mox and Goat Kings on Sunday live. So be excited for that.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely this time around I'll have all the good medicine that I'll need. We can't miss that one. That's gotta be a cast there. That's gotta be one that's gonna be a big cast. I'm excited. We will definitely get those VODs by Friday. So be on the lookout for those as well, guys.
All right. Well, we'll catch you all later. Have a good night.
All right, have a good night. Peace.
The moon in the night shines bright like the sun, painting silhouettes burning